was this. Florida State and the University of Virginia have a storied rivalry. When Florida State moved to the ACC, they went 3 or 4 years without losing one ACC game. This is the very first team to beat them. So even though Coach Taggart's team ran out of gas, the problem is this. You run to win, you throw to score. They are not running the ball efficiently. Therefore, if you don't run the ball efficiently, defensive line gets tired. When your defensive line gets tired, you go into overtime, you lose, especially with a mobile quarterback like they have at the University of Virginia. Big up to UVA. Well, Mr. Taggart, you need to get your act together because VA is good. They're not good. University of Florida versus KU. Dan Mullen, if Willie Taggart is leaving the state of Florida, see if you can get a ride with him. Your ass has too much talent at the University of Florida to be losing like that. Mr. Taggart was handed a cupboard that was empty by Dabo Sweeney. Was it Dabo Sweeney? Yeah. Dabo Sweeney. Is it Dabo or what's one of them? Jimbo Fisher. Hey, Jimbo Fisher emptied the cupboards. He was having beef with the administration. He knew he was going to go the first opportunity he got. So part of the problem Willie Taggart is having is because he's trying to rebuild a program from the ground up. But you, Dan Mullen, you have a solid football team in the state of Florida. A lot of those young men and women are staying in the state. You're doing a hell of a job recruiting. You, my friend, are just not getting the job done. I understand you, Felipe Franks busted up his ankle. He's out for the season. But you were playing at the University of Kentucky with Bob Stoops, Jim Stoops, or Roy Stoops, and somebody's last name Stoops, one of the Stoops brothers. And you're supposed to run through them like a hot knife through butter. You didn't do that. Dan Mullins, you need to hurry up, find the nearest chair, and sit your ass down. And see when Willie Taggart leaves if he can get you a ride. Because your ass is fired at the end of this season, Dan Mullen. It's been 2 years. You're supposed to get better this year. You're not getting any better. Fire this dude before the University of Florida. It's a sad situation. Another dude who needs to get his ass fired. UCLA coach Chip Kelly. He did it up in Oregon. It looked very impressive. We all, oh man, that's innovative. We've never seen anything like that. Anytime you hire Chip Kelly, you're gonna have a winning program. They tried that in Philadelphia. Did it work? Nope. They tried it in San Francisco. Did it work? Nope. Now they tried. Should Chip Kelly be hired and stay? I think Chip Kelly should be staying as the coach of UCLA, and that would be wrong. You're wrong. Look, that stuff worked up in Oregon because she was up there playing Rudy Poos half the time. You got to the national championship game, I understand. Ohio State ran through y'all like it was nothing. Chip Kelly, you are overrated as a coach. That whole situation, you need to stay. Again, man, this is the perfect example. And then when I start talking about the NFL, people like Chip Kelly, people like a lot of these dudes are the reason that you cannot, a lot of quarterbacks are getting their neck broke in the National Football League. Because it looks good when you got these little fluky systems and all this, and everybody's saying we got this and got that. But the state of California has far too much football talent for UCLA to have a quote-unquote big-time coach and still be struggling like this. They have big-time quarterbacks going there. They have big-time linebackers, defensive players on all levels, offensive players on all levels. Chip Kelly is doing a piss-poor job. Now, don't get me wrong. University of Oklahoma, they are immensely talented, but you should not be getting your ass kicked the way you're getting it kicked. So, Chip Kelly, see if Willie Taggart and Dan Mullen can get you in their car, and when they open the door, slide over and sit your ass down. Because your ass is fired too. Now, anytime you have two teams in the same state with solid programs, it's going to be a wonderful game. Rain ruined it this year, but the University of Iowa Cyclones, Iowa State Cyclones, and the University of Iowa Hawkeyes usually have a great game. It wasn't that great this year due to rain. It was a pretty good game. Big ups to the Iowa Hawkeyes for pulling out. The Cyclones couldn't get it done. Big ups. University of Alabama, the aforementioned University of Alabama, and the great coach Nick Saban went to South Carolina to play the Gamecocks. Looked good for about 28 minutes of the night. Too bad they played 60 minutes of football. Talent won overall. Tua Tagovailoa took over the second half. Alabama reigned supreme. Cupcake City again. Sunshine didn't look so bright against the Syracuse Orangemen. My man Dino Babers is the coach at the University of Syracuse. He put up a damn good fight. He knows how to coach against Dabo Swinney. He puts his players in the best possible position. But again, talent overrides everything. Sunshine is looking real average right now. All y'all that told me he was the greatest quarterback in the history of the game, nobody's going to be able to keep up with this dude. I guess your bike chain broke because a lot of people keeping up with his ass. Now he has more interceptions after the third week of 2019 season than he had in the entire season last year. He's a very good young prospect. He's not the best thing since sliced bread. Big ups to the Clemson Tigers for beating the Syracuse Orangemen. Dino gonna catch up with you in a minute, Dabo. Holla at you. And my personal favorite game of the week is my main man, Herm Edwards. You play to win the game, Edwards. He's the coach at Arizona State. He's going up against D'Antoni at Michigan State. They're the little brothers of both states, Arizona and Michigan. They put on one hell of a show. It was a couple bad calls. Yes, I'm a football nerd that stays up late and watch West Coast games because that's what some of the best talent is. Sorry, if you think that it's only talent west of the Mississippi, east of the Mississippi, you're wrong. You're wrong. But this was a hell of a game. It was a couple of bad calls. Herm Edwards, again, you run to win, you throw to score. He has solid football, intelligent guys. He's doing the damn thing. Big ups to them. And Arizona State Sun Devils do it again. Forks up in the bill. Phase 2 of the Supreme Court. If you know what the Supreme Court is,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 best Super Bowls in the history of the game. Let's start at number 9. Number 9 is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Arizona Cardinals. I call it the James Harrison games. Big up for them, number 9. The Denver Broncos win and beat Brett overrated Favre. 2 minutes to go, 2 timeouts, didn't get a first down. Favre. I call it the Brett Favre choke game. Denver Broncos champions. I call this one the Capper got nicked game. Ray Lewis dances his way into the Hall of Fame after winning his second championship. Big ups to the Baltimore Ravens and Joe Flacco and Ray Lewis riding off into the sunset, a champion. The next game is the New England Patriots versus the New York Football Giants. I call this game the helmet game. Look, a lot of people thought the New England Patriots was just going to run rush out. They were 16-0. They had played the New York Giants to close out the season. The Giants almost played them to a draw. The Giants are ready. Look, this is the ultimate game that shows you run to win, you throw to score. The New England Patriots threw the ball 48 times this game. 48 times. They only ran the ball 16 times. 16 times. They end up losing. This was the most prolific offense in the history of the game. And they went up against the NASCAR package that the New York Football Giants had. Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora, dude who blew off his KG3 or KGB or whatever his name, Camila, whatever the hell his name is. Y'all know the fuck. New York Giants had a serious pass rush that game. Neutralized Tom Brady. I told y'all he's a flincher. People don't like to admit that Tom Brady flinches when he gets pressure. The New York Giants proved it that day. Eli Manning threw what might be the luckiest ball in the history of the Super Bowl. David Tyree catches the ball against his helmet. Last time you heard of him, my main man Plexico Burress, affectionately called Plexiglass Burress by Shannon Sharp, catches the game-winning game-winning touchdown. Giants win the Super Bowl. Big ups to them. The next Super Bowl is the Rams versus the Patriots 1. I got my man Justin Tuck, should have been MVP. My man RC from the great state of Minnesota is in the building. Thank you for the support. The next up, you know what? I agree with that. Justin Tuck, he killed it. He was all in great shit. This is the Oscar game because Bill Belichick was recording everything, and that's why they won because they was recording. Sorry, they was cheap. The Rams were the greatest show on turf. Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner, the head coach, and everybody else who was watching said they knew what they were doing before they were doing it. Anytime you do, I am a person who thoroughly believes in if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but I don't want to cheat to that level. I want to have, the cheating I do is called gamesmanship. It's called gamesmanship. I don't cheat like that. You know, I pull your jersey, I throw you a cheap shot here and there, but I ain't finna record, cheat and know your playbook. And, I just don't like that. But anyway, Rams beat the Patriots. This is the beginning of a dynasty. I've been telling people all year that Tom Brady had what it took. He showed people that he did have it, even though they cheated. I don't care what nobody said. Is it proven that they cheated? No. But it's kind of like with anything else. It's like when your girlfriend know you did something wrong. She ain't got no proof you did it, but you know you did. You know she know, and she know. So that's what happened with the Patriots. Big ups to them. They still the champions. Beginning of a dynasty. It's a lot of Rams in this because the next one is the Rams versus the Tennessee Tuxedos, a.k.a. the Tennessee Titans. Look, another example of when you run the ball, you are more successful. Beginning of the game, they were throwing the ball with Kurt Warner, throwing it all over the field, and Kurt Warner was suspected to not be able to finish the game. The way the freak and the rest of that Tennessee Titan defense was beating on him, they did not think he was going to make it. They flipped the script and started giving the ball to Marshall Faulk. This changed the tide of the game. They eventually won the Super Bowl, one of the greatest finishes in the history of the game. My man stretching out to no avail, 1 yard away from a touchdown that would have potentially tied the game or potentially won the game with a 2-point conversion. The Rams were champions. Big ups to them. And now, I got a whole mess of football to talk about. This is National Football League segment. This is the End of the Bench podcast on Built for This Network on Spreaker.com. Please tell a friend and tell a friend. Tune in and help us grow our fan base on Built for This Network. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the follow button. Become part of our individual groups on Facebook for the Built for This Network. I'm trying to get there. With that being said, it looks like the end of an era in New York City. Over for him. Eli Manning's career seems to have come to a screeching halt. And I don't know what to say about it. I don't even know what to say Eli Manning's legacy is, but big ups to him. Daniel Jones is going to be the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. Salute to Eli Manning, 2 Super Bowls. Giant fans all over the universe will love you, will respect you, but it looks like it's... Now, this brings me to a whole nother kind of rant. This kind of rant is the type of rant that I am notorious for. This rant is where you listen to the End of the Bench podcast. The New York Football Giants are starting a rookie, and this guy is a rookie to the point to whereas people didn't even think he should have been picked in the first round. Most people in the National Football League and these would-be experts and these so-called prognosticators said there's no way in hell they should have picked this dude. The reason I'm bringing this up, not because I don't think Daniel Jones is a solid football prospect. I don't think he can handle it. It's none of that. You know why I'm bringing up Daniel Jones? It's because the Miami Dolphins are a team that every day since the season has started, people have been telling me they're tanking. they're tanking, they're tanking, they're tanking. And it's just strange that the team that everybody's screaming, they're tanking, they're